watched his previous fights at heavyweight, the Witherspoon fight, the Chisora fight, and these two last fights against Anthony Joshua?
I've watched that plenty of times, lots of times. And Don and the team, we've all looked at him, and it's just getting in there, landing them shots on him, letting them know, put on him. He's a cruiserweight. Just land on that little cruiserweight.
Go on, Dan.
Your game plan away, but do you?
What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, I've kind of been slacking, kind of fell off. So, I wanted to do more on this Dubois versus Usyk fight. But either way, we're only a few days out now. I'll do what I can for the next few days. But fair play to Dubois, man. Dubois, well, as far as talk goes, fair play to him. He's not the most talkative. He's not the biggest talker, but he's saying the right bars here. Yeah? Listen, I tried to pass Mr. Anthony La Cosa Nostra the game. Yeah? Tried to pass him the game. This guy, a cruiserweight. He's small with it. Listen, what you tell me? What happens to small dudes in jail? Just tell me what it happens. Yeah? Oops. That's what happens. Yeah, small dude, a small skinny dude that resembles something like Ryan Garcia go in there and he end up leaving with pink hair. Yeah? His name is Rylette now. Rylette Garcia. That's how they go. Some big dude called Bubba in the cell, and that's what happens. And boxing is really, when you think about it, I'm not sure what sizes the prison cells are these days, but whatever the size ring is, 18 by 18 foot, same as a prison cell. You go in there, and yes, you can be saved like Billy Joe. Yes, you can beg the referee for help in a ring, but it's the same principle. Yeah? It's your job, Dubois, to make Usyk call the prison guards. You understand? That's your job. And he seems to be saying the right things. Am I going to bet on it? I can't lie to you. I've bet $50 that Usyk... The odds are ridiculous. I'm sorry. But I've been wrong before. I'll probably be wrong again, but still. People think Usyk can knock this guy out. Usyk don't stop no one. He just don't. He don't stop Chisora. He don't stop AJ. And yeah, AJ's a little bit looser than Dubois, but not really. And it wasn't like AJ was close to being... Well, time will tell. But Dubois is younger. Is he as mentally finished as AJ? Well, it's not fair to say that because Dubois hasn't had any mentally tough fights, really. We'll find out in this fight how mentally finished Dubois is. But he's young. He's got that... His brain's still got that reflexivity. It's a bit like children. Apparently children deal with trauma better. Now, the trauma may kind of manifest when they're older, but when you're younger, your brain can bounce back quicker. So, hopefully for Dubois' sake, that trauma of Joe Joyce, he's kind of bounced back from that and he can have another go. AJ, for example, he finished 100%. It don't matter what. AJ could be 5 years old, he'd still be finished. Do you understand? His brain ain't bouncing nowhere back. Truth be known, the only place his brain needs to bounce to is onto the sideline. I don't want to see him no more. Take your non-reflexivity brain and let it sit down somewhere and relax because you're tired. Truth be known, I'm already tired most of the time, but watching AJ makes me tired, people. What? No. Anyway, back to Dubois. Dubois saying the right things. He's got the right energy. Is he going to apply it in the ring? Time will tell. I hope so. I hope he applies it. Now, I was mentioning earlier about the odds. The odds are ridiculous. What is it? 3 to 1 for Usyk on points. That's what I've gone with. My main bet is Usyk on points at 3 to 1. And also, I did put a little gamble on. What was it? I think I got in at 15 to 1. 15 to 1 for Dubois TKO. But then I got in at 30 to 1. 30 to 1. I put a tenner on. Yeah, I put a tenner at 15 to 1 for Dubois TKO or KO. And I put a tenner on 30 to 1 for Dubois in 1 to 6. So that's my play. Now, Dubois needs to treat this like a 6-round fight and give him the biggest hiding of his life. Really, it's really that simple. I wouldn't even bother thinking about round 7. Go in there and, like you've said, treat him like a cruiserweight. Yeah? And if it turns out you run out of gas and he's taking a whooping, at least then, come Sunday night, you'll be able to say, listen, I went in there, I put my big, heavy hands on him, and he took it. He's harder than I thought he was. That's fair to say. It's fair to say a man is harder than you. It's not fair to say, like AJ, oh, I lost to Usyk because I'm 255 pounds, and it's people that understand how hard it is being big. Like, imagine that. Imagine losing a fight where you was politicking, and your conclusion after that is, oh, yeah, I'm big, so I couldn't win. It's honestly mind-blowing. Go in there, Dubois, and have a go. Yeah? And not that you care, but people, in the main, people respect that. Yes, you might get clowned a little bit, but anyone who can reason, like Anthony Yard. Did I clown Yard when he kind of flopped on the floor against Kovalev? I did, for the banter of it. But on hindsight, now I've matured, I've got respect for Yard. Do you understand? Jokes are jokes. Do you know what I mean? Like, banter's banter. But on a serious note, I respect Yard. Yard has stopped many men. Yeah? Yard has stopped many men. And it was his night to be stopped, and he got stopped. You can't really argue with that, can you? Yeah? So if it's your night, Dubois, to get stopped trying to win, so be it. Empty the tank. Tunde Ajayi style. Empty the tank is my advice to you. Don't think about the future. Don't think about Hugo Boss catwalk videos like AJ be doing. AJ's in there, you can just tell. You look him in the eyes. He looks like a man who's thinking about his modelling obligations for the next week. That's how he boxes. Same as Ryan Garcia. The minute he took that knee, he was like, oh, wait a minute, I've got an Armani shoot on Wednesday, so, no good. Yeah? You know what you signed up for. And like these guys these days, weird ass guys, oh, it's brain damage. I said it the other day, but Dubois, you have dished out so many licks to bums. You owe it to the game. Yeah? If it's your time to take some, you take some. And you go out flat on your back. You empty the tank, and you 100%. That's what you should do. Because there's too many takers in this world. Everyone likes taking cheeks, don't they? Let's be real here. No one really want to get their cheeks taken, though. You see that one? I get it. I'll be the first one to take some cheeks. Not a man's, but a woman's, but still. You know what I mean? That there's a great analogy. Everyone, even zesty dudes, like taking cheeks. Men like taking cheeks. Zesty dudes like taking cheeks. DYKESs like taking cheeks. Yeah, it's a pretty generic thing to like doing. That said, don't do a Billy Joe. Ooh. To be fair, Billy Joe, he had knocked no one out, so he can't really talk about that, but still. Don't do a Billy Joe. And politics. Oh, wait there a minute. Ooh, my eye. Ooh, referee. Ooh, Ben. I want to carry on, Ben. Yeah, don't do that, Dubois. Yeah, you're heavy-handed, and I do have to say, if this fight does get stopped, it'll be an eye stoppage, because I've seen AJ's eye was a little swollen from the left hand from Usyk. Dubois' eye was swollen by Joe Joyce's jab. That's what it'll be. It'll be an eye stoppage, if anything. I don't think Usyk punches hard enough to KO Dubois. I just don't. But it'll be a stoppage. It'll be a ping, 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 swollen eye. That's what it'll be. In fact, I might see if I can find some odds, or I'll request some odds for that to be the case. An eye stoppage. Because that will be obviously better than Usyk KO. But to put, I mean, I don't know who's betting on that. Maybe I'm probably gonna be wrong here. But who is betting on Usyk to win by KO at plus 133? That means you put $100 on and you make how much back? You make 33 quid back, I think. Yeah, you put 100 quid on, you make 33 profit. Like what? Who's doing that? Who would do that for Usyk to get a stoppage? Fair play. You know what I mean? That said, irrelevant. From Dubois' point of view, it's irrelevant. But the reason I mentioned the eye thing is to say, the longer you go in there, Dubois, and politic, the more tired you will get, the less dangerous you will be, and the less amount of eyes you will have. It's like a three-dimensional curve. Every round you're in there, you're most likely to get smoked. So go in there. It won't be the first. Let's be real here, people. It won't be the first time a heavyweight is. I mean, these days it's become rare. Unfortunately, these days it's become rare for heavyweights to score early knockouts. There's no reason you can't be one of them old dudes. Go in there 4 rounds. What's wrong with that? That's how it used to be. Back in the day, it used to be 4 or 5 rounds for heavyweights. Now it's like 12 and multiple fights and multiple rematches of 12 rounds. Boring. Yeah. And if nothing else, you keep the excitement. People want to see a big dude have a go. That could be your shtick. Hey, listen, Dan, he might not have the most skills, but good luck lasting 5 rounds of him. Do you understand? That almost became Mike Tyson's shtick. Listen, if you can make 6 rounds of Mike, you probably beat him. But good luck making the 6 rounds. Do you understand? That's a great shtick. It works. Yeah? And the last thing I'll say is, a lot of people are critical, or a lot of people hype Usyk up. I've already said I've got a lot of respect for Usyk as far as boxing goes, and I believe if he secures this run of Dubois, Hrgovic and the Zhang Joyce winner, he's probably the greatest of all time. I can't lie to you. It was certainly up there, especially if he ends up stopping some of them. But as I was saying, Usyk, many people talk about how great he is, but look at the AJ fight, and AJ weren't doing much. I think it was the rematch. I think maybe even both fights. Look at Usyk's face in both of the fights. His face he wasn't fresh-faced. He actually looked like he took the most damage in his life. And I think that's the case of, you're in there with a big man, and you're a little man. There's a reason there's weight divisions. I did the maths the other day. Usyk going from 220 to 250, that's 25%. No, wait there, 22, no. Yeah, no, about 20 odd percent. So a 20% jump is like Crawford going from like 140 to plus £30 to 168, effectively. Do you understand, people? Usyk's jumped up like 4 weight divisions. Just because there's not as many doesn't mean a percentage is a percentage. Gaining 20% is the same for everyone. There's no magical thing about heavyweight. So Usyk's jumping up 4 weights. That has to mean something, but it only means something if you apply that. It's no good going in there and saying, oh, I have a 4 weight advantage like AJ, and yet I'm going to sit and be second. AJ waited to be second against Usyk. I'll sit here and wait to box with the boxer. No, you have to set pace. Back in the day with the gal in the club, who set in pace? Who gonna be that trailblazer out there leading from the front? What are you going to be? You're going to be the sideman sitting there trying to get some leftovers at the end of the night, all the big things. You don't want to be that Donny post at the end of the night, man. Do you know what I mean? Street sweeping with the big things. That's no good. You got to be out there setting pace. Listen, truth be known, man, all the nice girls gone home by 1 o'clock. That's the truth. Yes, only the big things still out at 4 or 5 o'clock, waiting for the Mackies to open up. That's the truth, people. Yeah, people, big things will hear this and be mad, yeah, but it's the truth. All the nice things, look at yourself. All the nice things go home early, man. They got things to do. The big things, they're looking to get the Mackies in the morning. But yeah, set pace 100%. Go in there and set pace. Yeah, let him worry about, what's Dubois going to be doing next? Usyk was never worried about, what's AJ thinking? What's AJ's 250-pound big ass fixing to do next? That's what he should have been thinking. It's a bit like Canelo. When Canelo's fighting people that are below his level, he goes in there, and all you can see on their face, whether it's Callum Smith, whether it's Billy Joe, whether it's Caleb Plant, all you can see on their face is, what is this guy gonna do next? They're scared to death. They ain't thinking. None of them man are thinking about doing their own strategy. Not one. Callum Smith didn't think once in that fight. Let me do something proactive. Yeah. Billy Joe the same thing. Caleb Plant the same. They're all in there reacting like they've seen a ghost kind of thing. That's how you have to leave people. Don't be the follower. Don't be the one, especially with your size. It makes no sense. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the 100%, no doubt.